gosh, he wanted to stay. We looked at each other, our feet, then the bag. We popped him back in. There was no crying, Jag. Our faces were solemn, as happy children's could be. All done? Asked our father. Oh, yes, we said gleefully. A few miles did pass before the mother antenna did rise up and question our giddy dementia. Finally, we fessed up, and dear Thumper went free. Our parents now began studying our faces most carefully. St. Louis was such a swell place to grow up that Dad's work took us to Texas, kids, bird, and the pup. We moved to Beaumont, the great piney woods. No cactus, no sagebrush. This was really quite good. Soon I was dating about this old time. The highlight came early, as I will confide. The doorbell it rang, my date had appeared. My brother had opened the door, and I hear, "That's your brother? That's your date?" Then the story unfolded. My date was a lifeguard last summer, and yes, my dear brother swam there with the other guests. It seems our dear Michael took frogs, don't you see, and threw them at girls, and that Kenny indeed. But again, he had heart, and boy does it show. When I ripped off the garage frame backing up, gosh, oh no. I knew I had had it. My freedom was gone. I was so upset I backed over the lawn. My brother was quiet, no chuckle or smirk. By the time I rushed back for my errand, it worked. Yes, the door, it was working, the molding back on. From that day forward, I knew it was clear. We took up for each other, and our love was so dear. Dad's work called again out of old Houston town, but I went to college in Austin, and I wasn't around. Michael's prowess at learning was plain now to see. I oftentimes wished that I now were he. His high school career was a GPA delight. SATs were no trouble. He didn't stay up all night. He met Tad, John, and Ben, and the four musketeers, found much to amuse them in their high school years. But that heart it was showing, that heart it was great. I came home from college, and a thrill did await. He'd gone and bought tickets, and took me to see the singing Gibb brothers, known as the Bee Gees. No special occasion, he said, just because. But gosh, I remember, it still gives me pause. His college career was frightening too. No grades were too good for our Michael to do. An Aggie, a Longhorn, and one family tree. It's a good thing he took me to see those Bee Gees. After college, we learned an adventurer loomed. Before working at Chevron, he took off to explore. 6 weeks spent in Europe, such a lucky young man, then off to California, his rigs to expand. Sometime he decided that the only way to get where he was headed was an MBA. He sold his speedy red Porsche in Chicago. Who'd need it? He bought my little white Toyota. Well, gosh, who would steal it? An MBA earned. His first job was in Houston. We'd really be near him, gosh darn it, no fooling. But wait, that looming adventure bug took him off to Asia, his backpack to lug. Now this uncle thing with my Amanda and Chris, he never thought he would hear language like this. Don't eat dirt, don't pull tails, please don't sit on your brother. He learned quite a lot from his sis, the young mother. He also would marvel when he opened the door to a fully stocked kitchen. He just ran to the store. Time marches on, we were stuck on the shore. Michael took us all boating, and we didn't use oars. My children, they mumbled, they bellyached and complained. It was hot, they were hungry, oh, they had a pain. My brother's face tightened, he thought, what a treat. But a day on the lake with my kids wasn't sweet. The thing I have told him, the thing he must know, is the legend of Uncle Mike's boat trip did grow. Amanda and Chris just remember how sweet it was hanging on inner tubes, the water so neat. My children dearly love their uncle, it's plain, but confusion when he remained alone, it did pain. My son said he thought he'd never live to see the day when his uncle would settle down, marry, and stay. When Mary Ann's name in our conversation did slip, my children asked with such impatience and zip, well, when do we meet her? We can't wait and sit for the lady who made our dear uncle's heart flip. This spring she came calling, and my children did say, we like her, we hope that she stays. Now you know more than a little about my dear little brother and his one older sister who always has loved him.
Very good. Thank you.
Go hug your.
Frogs, huh?
Go hug your.
Frogs.
Take your brother.
Little green
Forget
ones,
that.
about half an
Go.
inch. They're really good for throwing.
Kimberly was
Take
really,
your brother. Go.
she really is.
Oh,
She did so fast. Yeah, she's artistic.
That's what she didn't know where to send it.
Oh,
Oh my
I got this one.
goodness.
This one.
That's cute.
This one's open.
They're so cute.
Yeah, I wrote it. Oh, okay. You got mine.
Where's that one from Largo?
It's there on the table somewhere.
We'll find it.
Probably this one.
No.
You want to shoot?
They do.
All the way.
He's good at finding things.
Here, take over.
Take
over.
One more camera.
You can just hold it
Dad,
right here.
piano.
This thing is
Just
half.
kind of keep it there, not come on. You okay?
All right.
Me too.
All right, here, let me get this.
You're a doll.
I don't know where it is, girl. That one from Largo. Yeah, well, that's mine.
You're 40, do something that brings back memories of your wild youth. Play an album. 40? Who is this from? Who do I do this? Toast to your 40th birthday. Prune juice. Do enjoy yourself. All right, you're playing with the men's team.
It's a hard case for golf clubs.
That's very nice.
I thought it was for his Tommy gun. Or her rifle.
You have the one for your left hand in the car.
No, I brought it in and I.
Oh, I had
Girls
girls
were around them. Yeah. Is our car there? Huge. Nothing there.
Son, if you're waiting for a birthday card that says you're really special and loved a lot, you've got it. Also, happy birthday. Thank you.
Yes, please. Okay.
Your Aunt Larabelle sent you a card and she sent it to us because she didn't want to spoil the surprise.
Oh, that was nice.
And she has a picture in there that's priceless.
Picture that's priceless. Wow.
Yeah, it's priceless.
Really good.
All of you all.
Didn't quite all rhyme, but you know.
Go around the table, Mike.
That was.
It
Wow.
was in the envelope, so I don't know. Is that the?
Is that the envelope should have got?
How long did that take? I probably worked on it about. Yeah, and then, you know, kind of after you get the initial thing, you go back and really. Yeah. We do this with my husband's family, and yeah, we do this.
Someone's always like,
She did. She surprised me. That's right.
Yeah.
Hey, when a gal does that, she's pretty
And
terrific.
it's just nobody else gets to do, you know, like street, and I think on the way home, we're gonna learn. Did you see it?
Great.
he is so
There it is.
Golf.
I can't.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, is it one of the electric?
You gotta live here.
Is that one of the-
It's hard to get.
Oh, is that let's use film or is it use?
Yeah, it does use from sound, but doesn't use the radio. You can actually talk the film.
They do a lot of that.
No, it was.
Is that right?
Wow.
There's always somebody getting out.
Oh, this was nice.
You like that?
We
I
got
do.
a card at Christmas.
Did you read your poem? Did you remember that poem?
No.
Mine does from the family.
When was this?
You wrote that in high school?
I care.
I did. Really?
Oh, I figured you probably would hear it.
What's funny is,
Wow.
I think I'm
I didn't remember that.
what's funny is he did all those
Jeez.
He did. Plus, something about falling in, and selling.
Bye. Thanks. We will make the next one. I think we're hosting in July. We have to make that.
Thank you.
Okay.
Bye, guys.
Yeah, Mike.
Nice meeting you.
The weather freezes dry. I can't do this thing. I don't have to work. I haven't looked at it. It's nothing on there.
Okay, turn this off.
You turn it off now, please.
Like I said, sometimes you might rather forget, but.
In a moment, you can.
play pool? Smile, Dad. Papa, Mike, you want to go play pool?
I don't think so. Wait tomorrow. Wow, that is wild. Never seen one that red.